Let's head over to the White House right now. Our senior White House correspondent, Ed Henry, is standing by. Ed, new briefing, new press secretary today. How did it go, you think, for Robert Gibbs?
Well, it's interesting. He is somebody who, as you said a moment ago, the press secretary tries not to make news. And on the first day, he was trying to walk that fine line and push back on some of the tough questions we were throwing at him. One of them is about the president's pledge yesterday that he's cracking down on Washington, that he's trying to stop the revolving door, crack down on the influence of lobbyists. Specifically, he vowed that he'd have stricter limits than any other previous administration. And he said if you're a lobbyist entering his administration, you cannot work on matters you lobbied on before. So keeping them honest, I asked Robert Gibbs the question about why the president picked William Lynn to be a top defense official, even though he's most recently been a lobbyist for Raytheon, a major defense contractor. Robert Gibbs insisted this is not a problem. Take a listen.
From walking, pretty big job. We're at war in two countries right now. Well, so he's a lobbyist, and now he's going to be deputy defense secretary.
Right, and if he ever leaves this administration, he'll never, as the president said, be able to lobby this administration as it relates to the work that it does for the length or entirety of that administration. Again, what the president did yesterday was institute the strongest ethical and transparency guidelines that any administration has lived under in the history of the country.
So you can see right there, Robert Gibbs using a tactic you've known well before, Wolf, that other press secretaries have tried to use, which is to focus on the part of the question they want to, which is that when William Lynn leaves the government, the way Barack Obama has set up the system, then he will not be able to lobby this administration anymore. But that's not really the question. The question is about why he's coming into the administration now, even though he's most recently been a lobbyist. What's interesting is that Defense, the Armed Services Chairman, Carl Levin, a Democrat from Michigan, today was saying on Capitol Hill that there are a lot more questions now about this nomination. He's not sure it can move forward unless the administration explains how exactly this fits in to the president's own new standards, Wolf.
Interesting stuff. Did you get any assurances behind the scenes, Ed, you and your White House press corps colleagues, that this new team would be transparent in terms of letting TV cameras in to record major historical events?
Well, Wolf, I'll tell you, I was just in Robert Gibbs' office a few moments ago when you were talking in the strategy session about his first day and about transparency, and it was interesting to watch Robert Gibbs react to you saying the TV cameras should be in there, specifically last night when the Chief Justice swore the president in for a second time. Obviously, I agree with you. I made that clear to Robert Gibbs. There were going to be things that we're going to differ on. He believes that it was good enough to have a still photo released by the White House itself. Obviously, a lot of reporters have been pointing out that's not exactly the kind of transparency the president has promised. I think it's going to be a daily push and pull, a little back and forth. This is traditional with any administration, but especially since this administration is pledging such a new degree, a new standard on openness and transparency. It's going to be a constant battle, Wolf.
I agree, and as it should be, because everybody's got their own objectives. So we wish Robert Gibbs, obviously, a lot of success. He's got a tough job ahead of him, no doubt about that. We're counting on him to do the right thing, as we are all of this new team.